born with something special in you. You were born with a light in you.
It's you and the other guy. Who wants it more? Who's willing to lay it out on the line? Who's willing to give it everything they got? Who's willing to tolerate a little bit more pain so they go bleed for their family?
She's too loud, she's too crazy, she goes live too much, she's weird, she's different, she's too sexual, she's too religious, she's too much. Maybe she's just a leader. My life has been crazy and completely different than I ever expected it to be, and it's thrown me into a complete and utter path to change my life into exactly what it is today. It's been messy, it's been ugly, it's been everything, and it's all been perfect, and I wouldn't have changed any of it. If I had followed what everybody else wanted, if I had finished college, which I did, and gotten a really good job, which I did, and stayed going more broke every 2 weeks with every paycheck, I would not be where I am today in my dream location. I would not be where I am today in my dream life and being told by a stupid boss that I have bad work ethic. It's being terminated from my first company because I was different, because I didn't look like they wanted me to, because I didn't dress like they wanted me to, because I didn't talk like they wanted me to, because I didn't act like they wanted me to. I decided to become an authentic version of myself, and it has absolutely set my entire world on fire. And if you will put on your cape, if we're all gonna wear masks anyway because of COVID, we might as well be our own superheroes. So maybe she's a leader, and maybe she's a boss, and maybe all she does is win, because maybe she's bosslee.
Listen.
I can't.
I should have played that so y'all could have seen Aaron's face reacting to Ed Mylett working out with the roids. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh God. Allegedly.
allegedly. I'm sorry. I forgot. Oh, just for everyone's comfy, cozy feelings, this is all commentary and our opinion based on the information we have access to us here on the internet that has been posted publicly. Hurrah.
That part.
Yes. And we're streaming to both channels today. Hello, if you don't know me, I'm DC, and sometimes I get into trouble on the internet. And Aaron got into trouble with me a few days ago only on my channel, and now we're spreading the trouble love to everyone. So yeah, I'm happy to be here, and I'm also not going to be long-winded. Maybe I am today, but if for some reason my channel doesn't know who Aaron is, we need the classic, the iconic, the best intro on YouTube, Aaron Beast.
Oh my God. First of all, can we get some hype in the chat for that intro? Because
Oh my God.
DC just messaged me a few minutes ago or a little while ago, and she was like, I'm exporting the intro right now. I was like, dang, I didn't know we were doing another intro. I love that. And this is what she did. Like, what?
I think it captures the vibe so much of Ed Mylett and Jessie Lee in one short 4-minute introduction. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Also, was that Tool? That first song, was that Tool? I'm pretty sure it was, because
yeah, we may get slapped, but
we make it
replace it with a kazoo.
It'll be
So
fine.
just check it after the stream and replace with any obnoxious. I like to do. There's some kazoo songs that are available. That's hilarious, but hopefully we don't
clown
get
music.
Oh, clown music, perfect.
Shout out to the Clown Town.
Yes. Also, Clown Town, thanks so much for rating the stream. You're incredible.
Yeah, thank you guys. So I'm Erin Bees. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran. I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing and healed my way out. Now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. So hello, everybody.
I love it so much. And Erin, can you tell us why maybe you have a little bit more insight into the Jessie Lee Ward conversation than most people, if this is maybe someone's first time running into Ed Mylett and Jessie Lee on the internet?
Yeah, so I was on Jessie Lee's team. I was direct to Jessie Lee, and I would say we were friends at one point. I thought we were friends. I don't know how to word that now, because I think my definition of friendship and her definition of friendship are very different. And so, but I was a part of this team.
Yeah.
And so everything I talk about is because I experienced it. Also, let me just say, because I was a part of the inside of this, it's important that I talk about her tactics. So if you think you're going to comment something crazy in my comments or DC about me covering her and oh, this is personal. No, it's the same scammy things we see from other MLM companies. Because I was a part of this, I'm going to speak on it.
Yeah.
So,
and the interesting thing is, Erin has the I guess the behind the curtain perspective. Jessie Lee stayed at her house before, so if you think, oh, Erin is like amping up the closeness of her relationship with Jessie Lee, you don't have all the information at all. And so it's interesting learning from Erin. And if you want to binge something, just watch all the Prove It, all of the Empire material on Erin's channel. She's the go-to source for this fluffery. And I'm going to do my best to be on my best non-cursey word behavior. But Erin's channel, if I have something slip, you may want to put your earphones in if you're free range listening, and cursey words maybe are not your thing. But I promise I will do my best. So imagine what fluffery stands for. Okay? Okay. Let me find the video while I wrangle my technical difficulties. And this is part 2. So we have put it in both descriptions for part 1. And Erin was in part 1. She saved us. She swooped in at the very beginning of the stream. So it only went to my channel, but it was a good time. It was a bad time, but it was a good time with Erin. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
Let me find the video, and I will put it.
I don't have my sound. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't have my sounds to do Careless Whisper.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Can I just do it real quick?
Yeah, just upload it into the. Yes, hell yes.
We have to make this happen.
Of course.
Hang on. Give me 1 second, because I have to welcome this new member properly.
Ooh, I love it. So, Mama, you're gonna love being on Erin's members and her member-only live streams. Come on, get out of here. They're so good.
Yesterday was a hot mess. Shout out to everybody that was there.
But we eventually figured it out, but it took me a while. Let me see.
You did figure it out, and it's really amazing. Are we ready?
I'm ready. I'm gonna do my windshield wipers just for So Mama. Oh my god, I love it so much. This is the only way I can dance. I have no rhythm, so I do windshield wipers, and so that's what this is for. So I love it. Yeah, welcome to Erin's subbies. What do you call your subscribers? Just subscribers?
I think I'm gonna change the names. This was suggested from one of the members. And because right now it's like love, light, and alignment, which doesn't feel very aligned to me, you know?
Yeah.
And so I feel like I need to change that. Also,
thank you for your patronage.
Oh my god, Erin's so fast now. No, listen to this.
I forgot it's looped. Sorry.
No, you're good. Erin, literally, you give her one kernel of technical help, and she's, oh my god, bees. Oh my god.
If I will figure it out. Sometimes I just need a little extra help.
No.
Also, I feel like I need to shout out Lynn too, because
Yes.
Lynn has been incredible with trying to figure out the sound thing with my Stream Deck. I'm not even using my Stream Deck. I'm just using StreamYard. And also DC, like for her to hop on that members only, it was a true behind the scenes moment. Let me just say.
Yep. Yep.
For Beehive, that's hilarious.
Yep, and we have a couple of different. Aaron's gonna bring comments on the screen. I'll bring comments on the stream. I probably said scream. Sorry. Both of our chats are going. They will be saved if you want to go read the comments. The reason that we're doing this in StreamYard is because it was the same format as last time, and so that's why we did it. But if you we have the same rules basically for each one. No disparaging, no diagnosing. Please state your opinion as that IMO, I think, I believe. It matters because we're not the Wild West. We're not multi-level marketing companies, and we're going to remember our humanity while we remember the humanity in others when we talk about dangerous behavior, in my opinion. So here we go. Let me put this in something. There we go.
Thank you for your patronage.
All right, let me go over here. We were at 39.40. 39.
Thank you, Jamie, for this. I appreciate you. So the new members get the Careless Whisper.
Ooh.
Any super chats. And by the way, we're streaming on both channels. So if you're going to support me, please, if you're in a place, please consider doing the same for DC as well. It always feels like uncomfortable to talk about that, but depending on where you're watching, I just think it's important to chat about that.
However, she says this, how you're just happy to be in the presence of greatness. That's how I feel right now. And I'm not trying to
I feel right now.
Oh my God. It's a good time. I'm not going to lie. We're going to wrangle some technical difficulties. We are going to react to the second part of this podcast with Ed Mylett and Jessie Lee Ward. And I know I changed the title of this is A Rich White Guy Interviews a Top Pyramid Performer because I was in a snarky mood this morning. But there's info about Ed Mylett and Jessie Lee in the description. If you're new, for some reason, if you have not encountered this on the internet, you can find out for yourself. So I'm going to press present. I'm going to share screen because we are going to speed this up because Ed Mylett talks in kind of the NLP slow voice and I'm not here for it. So I'm going to share tab audio, I hope. And live chat, you do not let me down. If he is going to be echoing, someone has to tell me, okay? Also
shout out to the replay crew.
Yes, we love y'all in a non-culty way. Some of y'all love each other in a culty way. I'm, whatever floats your boat. We're gonna be rating now. Don't mess up the surprise. We're gonna be rating Julie Joe's stream at 6:00. So it's gonna be a good time. Both of our channels are gonna be rating her. So it's gonna be a party all night long, or at least maybe until 8 p.m. Okay, Central. So I'm excited. We have the video ready and I think we're ready to go. I hope. Let me add to stream. This is not why is he small? There we go.
Why is he small? Well,
I shouldn't have said that after his working out at the beginning.
Well,
and we need Aaron's facial expressions to be a little bit bigger. So let me figure out my life. There we go. Y'all, keep your eyes averted from Ed Mylett, but keep an eye on Aaron Bees. And if you're just listening to this, watch it for the second time.
Oh my God.
So you can see the facial expressions. They're iconic. Okay. All right.
Thank you. Is anybody else? I don't want to say weirded out. That's not. No, I'm going to say that. I'm a little weirded out at how different Ed Mylett looks.
Yeah.
Anybody else? So I mean, do your thing, whatever, but he didn't used to look like this.
Yeah, I allegedly it may be something that he is taking internally that may have impacted. Oh, we need this. We need the voice. Okay, ready? We're ready for it. Aloha, luau girl.
I also turned up the volume.
Oh,
on
I'm ready
the
for it.
background music. So let me know if this is too loud.
Okay. Welcome. Aloha, girl. Okay, windshield wipers for Aloha, girl. Oh my god, it's perfect. It's too good. It's too good. I love it so
I love that
much.
song.
It's so good. I don't like you like once you know the power of the sound bites, you are running
I
with
can't be
it. And
stopped now.
I know. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, Ed Mylett may stop us. Okay. Let me know if there is a echo.
Since right now they go, I did
Can you hear?
chemotherapy or radiation and I'm cancer free and I'm in remission. So we're not saying that. We're talking about
Can
her
you turn him up?
situation right here.
Let me see if I can boost the audio. He's
If
a little
not,
bit, yes,
people are
and-
saying it sounds perfect.
Oh, okay. I turned him up a little bit on my end, so maybe he's good.
But no
Okay.
doubt, even if you were to do that, some of the things you're doing nutritionally, unquestionably, are smart things to be doing. So what are they?
And I do appreciate you saying that because it's really true. I am not.
It seems too fast. Okay, they were on 1.25 last time. Playback speed. We can start them out on normal, but we'll see what happens, okay?
Trying to bash standard of care, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel like traditional oncology is not the way. I'm not trying to make doctor
Yes,
feel
you
like
are.
I'm anti-doctor. I'm certainly
are.
not. I'm under the
And in
care
that
of
doc,
We have probably 40 hours of video of you bashing doctors and you bashing standard of care and you bashing people who go the traditional route. So don't sit here and pretend the internet is not forever. Oh, also, apparently, I mean, Aaron's a little bit coordinated with this topic. I know. It's like, it's the branding dream that we are in right now. Yeah. She's been anti-doctor since, I mean, before, but oh, thank you. Linda K talks. Thank you for the super chat.
Do you want me to play?
Of course. You're
Thank you
good
for
one.
your patronage.
Oh my god.
Thank you for your patronage.
Oh my god, I love it so much. Thank y'all. That's super kind. And you know what? Like a free way to support the channel is doing what y'all are doing, interacting and liking the video or down liking. We love the thumbs downer. I mean, you're almost a member of the family at this point. And
Thank you for your patronage.
and you
That
know,
was for DC.
yes, I appreciate that. I'm like reframing the thumbs downer, and now I'm like I'm
I'm proud of you.
working on the perfect soundbite that's positive. You know what I mean?
I
So
love that.
yeah,
I love that so much, DC.
I'm like I'm fixing my mindset in the non-culty way. Play the Star
Love
Trek
it.
sound bites. Okay, let me see if I can. I don't even know if I can. Wait, Star Trek? Oh, I don't know.
Are you out of your Vulcan mind?
Are you out of your Vulcan mind? Yes, thank y'all. And I'm sure y'all are out of your Vulcan minds for following my channel, but I appreciate y'all so much. Okay.
That soundbite sounds like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, it's the new one. It's I think it's the new one.
this case, my gosh, to be able to look another human being in the eye and go, you're going to be dead. Now to say you're going to be dead in 6 months is probably crass the way that he said it. But that's
Also someone sorry. I'm a pause champ. If that annoys you, I'm so sorry. Please do not let it impact your love of Aaron because I can't help it. Someone said culturally there are some cultures where looking people in the eye is disrespectful. We don't know what nationality her doctor was. We don't know like where he grew up. We don't know what his like the cultural rules that he grew up with. We have no idea. So it was a great point that I didn't even think about the last time we were talking about this because we were talking about neurodivergencies. We were talking about could he be looking at notes? We were talking about all this stuff. And also that could have just not been a respectful thing. Ed, were you there? Oh my God.
But Ed, were you there?
Oh my God. Yes, but were you there? This like quote for quote Jessie Lee Ward on Jane Marie's podcast that hasn't dropped yet. Jessie Lee, I don't know, got the jump on that because she records podcasts that she is the guest on and then drops them before the host can. So it's just, and she said, "But were you there?" or something to that effect. Oh, Lizzie, thank you so much.
Thank you for your patronage.
I cannot like having the dynamic. I say dynamic duo, the dynamic sound duo of the. I'm here for it. I'm so happy about it. Okay.
I am too. Appreciate all the help. Also, Katie, thank you so much for the gifted membership. That's amazing.
Oh, that's
Appreciate that so
awesome.
much.
I love
this is
that.
for
Thank you for
Katie.
your patronage.
Oh, it's awesome. Were you there? Did you pay for my course? I mean,
Are you part of my coaching? Oh, you're not?
yeah,
Mm,
we just have thousands of hours available to us on the internet, but what do we know? Nothing.
right.
Difficult news for these people to have to deliver to people as
Right,
well.
and he does it all day, probably
Right.
you know,
You
12 people
imagine,
a day or
right.
something. So
Exactly.
he's carrying. So I'm
Sure.
I'm super empathetic towards his job and,
Yes.
and
You're not.
everything, and all of the oncologists have said similar things.
MD Anderson was not stoked about what you said about them. Let's just be clear. Okay. They were not happy.
Empathy where, bro?
Yeah. Where's the kindness? Where's the empathy? It only seems to come out when she is around famous people and she's going to be on a huge podcast. I say this, I guess, with a mean tone of voice, but it's like the difference in behavior is so obvious. I don't even know what to do other than snark and rage on the internet with Aaron. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's why I said the last time, or the first part of this that we reacted to on your channel was, this is like the PR version of her, I feel like.
yep. The most
You know,
PR
it's
person I've ever seen.
yes, 100%.
You know, when you like, I don't know if you've ever done this. Sorry, pause game. Have you ever, like, I don't know about your growing up experience, but like, it was a privilege for all of us to get to go out. And we were like, we had to make my parents, not to go out, but like, there was a lot of kids. And if we were going to go to the grocery store, we were going to go to a store. It's like, there's certain behaviors that we are going to do and that we're not going to do. And if you act outside of being respectful of other customers in the store, then you don't get to go next time. And so that is kind of like the change in behavior that I feel like we're seeing with Jessie Lee, the stark, like, you know what I mean? Like when your kid are running around or like being, you know, just a kid or whatever. And then it's like, hello, thank you, sir, for getting blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's just so different in my opinion.
It's like the customer service voice versus how you are with your friends.
Yes. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, you're spot on. Hey, Rob. Hey, everybody. And thank you so much for the member mile markers. Harper and Lynn and Beth, y'all are incredible. Thank you so much.
That's exciting.
Oh.
You know, you got to start chemo now.
Mhm.
But I would like people to also know it's not as rushed as they make it seem for most people.
Colon cancer, yes, it is that rushed. It is that rush.
I would venture to say that stage 4 cancer of any kind would be rushed. I mean, I would consider that an emergency.
Yeah, time is literally of the essence. You're right. Okay, I know I can't pause. I will pause again, but it's just, it seems that from my non-medical knowledge of that, if you have removed cancerous things from your body, at that point, with the least amount of cancer in there, after having discovered it, would be the time to like go in and be aggressive with stuff. I don't know though. I'm just making assumptions about like logical from an unmedical, you know, knowledge. That's what I'm confused about.
You know what I find interesting is her sense of urgency when it came to the biohacker. When he was like, I don't remember how exactly it was worded, but the protocol was put together and she said something like, just run it, just run it, just run it. There was a sense of urgency in that area with the biohacking doctor that she now will not mention. I'm sure we already have his name, but anyways, but that same sense of urgency seems to be lacking when it comes to evidence-based medicine. And I find that interesting. And I feel like we have to say this every time we react to Jessie Lee and what she's doing. We want her to get better, obviously. Yep. We also want her to stop spreading misinformation. And what she is doing is going to hurt people. Yep. What she is saying on the internet is going to hurt people. Somebody is going to take her advice rather than listening to trained medical professionals. And that's very dangerous. So because she has a cancer diagnosis doesn't mean that it's okay for her to do what she's doing. It's not okay to scam people. It's not okay to say to people, you know, you guys are keeping me alive. You guys are paying for my treatments. join my coaching. That's not okay. That's manipulation. And so we are going to cover all of the ways that she is being manipulative. And in my opinion, using her diagnosis as a way to bring more people in. It's a new version of a curiosity post, in my opinion. And that's not okay. If we were to just say something, because everybody do your own thing when it comes to your body, of course. But she has a responsibility as an influencer. And when she's using cancer and her diagnosis and her treatment and all of that stuff to bring people in, to then pitch them either ketones or her coaching business, that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay.
Yeah, and and to leverage it to make money is one of it feels like the lowest of the low behaviors, in my opinion. Oh my God, baby snark.
Are we ready for the baby snark? Baby snark will come out. I will tell you that. I'm ready and willing and able to snark on this with baby snark. So, Jennifer, I will put baby snark on soon, for real.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. But yeah, to leverage it seems like it seems like speed matters when it's not her, that everyone else gets to take their time, except everyone else does not get to take their time, and she gets to take her time. So the logic doesn't make sense when you apply it to all the situations. It seems like if you have a belief or a truth or something, like a rule on how you live your life, that it should apply to multiple things. And instead we find so many differences of behavior. We start to say hey, you're being hypocritical. And I think that's what we see here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
unethical behavior is unethical behavior, regardless of a diagnosis.
Yep.
That needs to be on a t-shirt, I feel like.
Yes, for sure.
Or a sticker.
Okay, so it gets really scary if we're being honest. It seems like, this is a really fast growing cancer. And I would say, how do you know?
Decades and decades and decades of medical research and actual people who have had colon cancer and have died. I'll just show one example is several celebrities have had colon cancer and have passed away so suddenly. She says this with such a straight, a straight face, meaning she seems like she's so serious and she believes so much. How do you know? Science, #science. I don't know what to tell you. What's the pause? What is this pause story? I don't know. It's the best. I'm gonna take a screenshot and then I'll press play. Okay, there we go.
Well, we don't know, but hold on.
Okay.
I just want more information, right? But please just do what's right for you. And one of the biggest things is, just please follow your intuition, follow your guidance. Use the word discernment earlier. And I wanted to say that's really the right word. You will, if you pray for discernment, you will get it. You have to learn to listen to yourself during all of this. And that's what I've gotten out
during everything you do.
I say yes and no, but when you're in a high control group, then your inner voice has been silenced. And also maybe your inner voice doesn't really know about science or math or stuff like that. So that's where the actual skills and numbers and research come into play so you can make informed decisions. Oh my God. It's like an echo chamber. It's Ed Mylett and Jessie Lee just having an echo moment. Part of it sounds good. And then part of it's when you step back, it's no, science matter, data matters, numbers matter. And yes, some people recover, but more often than not, they do not. And here's the best information that we have that we're telling you. And doctors, I think, have to do the Hippocratic Oath or to do no harm. So how does this play out in your mind, Jessie Lee Ward, that one, doctors are chemo pimps, that they're preventing you from finding out all this information, and they're basically harming people for personal profit, and you're saying all doctors are like that? Well, probably no. I would say no. All of the nurses and doctors who rage in our live streams saying no, we just actually want patients to get well. I don't, it just doesn't add up. It's ass math. God, Rage? We're ready for it. Okay.
Rage on.
Everything.
Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you doing different with your nutrition?
Oh God.
So,
And what are you doing for your treatment? Let's just
yeah.
we are not telling your true story if we don't tell them actually what you're doing. They're going to follow you on this journey.
Yep.
So tell them what's up.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. So so I went from pretty much carnivore to immediately vegans.
Red flag? I don't. Okay. I where's the? We need a red flag or something.
No, we really do.
Oh,
So all the juicing. I bought the best juicer ever.
the loudest juicer ever. That actually sounds like a table saw, but we forgot that part. I get ads for that juicer now, and can I tell you that they never actually let you hear the sound of the juicer? That's all this beautiful music playing in the background, and I just wonder to myself, do they not let you hear it because you wouldn't buy it because
it's so loud.
yes, it's
Yeah.
so. Oh my God. And like
Also, if you're going to share your cancer journey and you're making juice and you have an affiliate link with said company and you're not disclosing the fact that it's an affiliate link, that goes against the FTC guidelines.
Yep. I don't think
So-
yeah. The number one network marketer in the world with my air quotes all day long every time I'm going to say that for somehow does not who has a lawyer on call who she's worked with all these years has no idea about the FTC or the standards for influencers or letting people know or even telling her influencers for her accelerator that they have to disclose that they are making a commission if they get anyone to sign up. Oh, there's
That's right.
none of that. There's none of that out there. I mean, find one affiliate for Jessie Lee Ward who is giving the disclaimer, and I will apologize for that one person, but we don't see it in general, in my opinion. Okay.
I did all the research on that. I'm not even, and when I say juicing, I'm not saying like I make a delicious green juice in the morning. I'm talking 8 to 12 juices a day. So I'm almost on the hour. I'm just overdosing my body in nutrition, which is making my hair grow really long and shiny. So it's, like there's benefits to this. But it's quite the shift, right? I feel like I'm starting a greenhouse in my refrigerator. But that's been unbelievable. I'm no longer doing vegan because my doctor that I'm under care now with really loves keto. And that is also because the
that's
cancer
completely different.
Yeah. The cancer that decided to reside in my body and grow it through blood tests is the only reason we know this. And I don't know what the blood test is off the top of my head, but the cancer that is living in me or was, I don't know, maybe it's gone, is feeding off of sugars.
Oh my God. Do you not understand how carbohydrates break down? Like, I don't, is there a registered dietitian in the chat? I don't know, like just regular biology knowledge of when, like I'm talking about maybe 7th or 8th grade biology or even high school biology. I'm asking, do you not understand how food breaks down and doesn't like your body don't carbs like turn into sugar or parts
Carbs break down to glucose.
But it gives you a spike in your blood sugar in your blood sugar level. So it's like she's doing is juicing and coffee enemas. Oh, have we heard about the coffee enemas yet? I don't know if we are going to, but
I think she does mention that in here. But also the thing with juicing, and I'm not an expert, I'm just thinking about this logically. So any experts on the live, feel free to let us know in the comments. But the big thing with fruit and vegetables is the fiber.
yes.
So if she was carnivore and was lacking in fiber, now she has stage 4 colon cancer. Sure, she's getting nutrients and vitamins and things from the fruits and vegetables that she is juicing, but she's still lacking in the fiber. And I wonder if that's something that could be dangerous with her diagnosis. I don't know.
Yeah, but even so many people have talked about having the fiber bind like with what you're doing, like with what you're eating helps. I'm wondering if her body. I'm just asking questions. I know there's some people who feel very deeply about the cancer topic. I have a question. If she has, I'm a physician and past 7th grade. Carbs from juice are concentrated and do provide a lot of sugar. Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul, you're the VIP of the chat.
Dr. Anderson, thank you.
Thank you. I'm just wondering if she's been so many years carnivore and I know that meat has some fiber in it. I'm just wondering if the lack of fiber for so long that when she decided to switch from all juicing to try keto, if her body was like, what the hell is going on right now? And that discomfort that she felt was her body learning how to digest different kinds of foods again, because she said that vegetables were trying to kill her last year when she went to the biohacking doctor, or she said that they were like giving her inflammation. Paul Anderson is live in the chat. Oh my gosh,
that's cool.
I love how many smart people, like, just I don't even know.
Smart.
I love it. Oh my god,
that's very cool.
All right, let's go back.
And it was proven through a blood test. He said some cancers are growing on protein, some cancers are growing on carbohydrates and sugars, some cancers are growing, whatever. I said, oh, okay. And he said, don't even touch it. Don't touch carbohydrates. You have to be keto. He started talking about the oils in my body, my mitochondria health and all this stuff. So immediate nutrition shift. Still juicing, but now it's all these green juices.
Mitochondria health.
Not as yummy as like the carrot and apple and the delicious whatever. But I don't care at this, whatever.
Can you pause this?
That's the easiest thing.
Because I don't think I can. What's interesting hearing her talk about mitochondrial health is many of the Prove It products talk about mitochondrial health and repairing the telomeres. It's interesting that now her doctor is talking about it. Well, shouldn't the mitochondria, of the cells be repaired if Prove It's products did what they say they do?
Now, Aaron, that's too many questions, and that's too much sense.
That's too logical.
We don't ask those hard-hitting questions here, okay? I'm just supposed to say, like, oh, they're making so many good points on this really expensive podcast where he has a multi-million-dollar podcast studio. But I think, it's just, that's a great question. Yeah, that's too logical.
I mean, they talk about, and I'm thinking of several of their products. So they talk about the electrolytes. I can't think of the name of them right now, but their electrolytes are supposed to repair DNA. They talk about mitochondrial health with a lot of products, obviously not backed up by any legitimate studies, in my opinion, that I have seen. And what is the capsules that used to come in the reboot kits?
Oh God.
AM. There's an AM and a PM. Mitoplex is the name of the electrolytes. Thank you. Whoops, I pinned the wrong one.
No, you're good. I was pinning something else, but yes, Mitoplex.
Same time.
And then Lizzie said you can't be logical, guys. That's cheating.
Signal OS is the name of the capsules. And apparently those are supposed to help with, repairing the mitochondria of the cell, the powerhouse of the cell. So if her doctor is like, hey, we need to repair your mitochondria or whatever, whoever this is that she's talking about meeting with, but Prove It's products, they're supposed to have already been doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, and Desiree made a good point. Sugar is bad for her cancer, but she got cancer when she was eating primarily meat. But her doctor said, go back to meat. Make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And again, look, it's a complicated topic. Cancer has devastated so many lives, and it is ravaging Jessie Lee Ward's body right now, and we hope that she gets better. And we want her to stop spreading misinformation. She's not just stop asking leading questions. Jamie. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
No,
this is what they say. They claim this, but
just like repairs your DNA. Great. Okay. Oh my God. Sugar feeds cancer cells because sugar provides energy for cells, and cancer cells are cells. Miss Frizzle, you're making too much sense. If cancer was this simple in its treatment course, it would not take some of the greatest minds on the planet to move the ball down the field in terms of making these jumps and helping people live longer than they've ever lived with cancer. And some people still pass away from it. And so it's like, it's so complex. It's a complex dynamic issue. And I know a lot of feelings are involved. And I hope that we give the topic the multifacetedness that it deserves and also stand up to misinformation. I don't know if it's possible, but we are hopefully going to do that without setting both of our channels on fire. So back to Jessie Lee Ward. Oh,
the juice I've got pretty much down to a science, but everyday hyperbaric chamber I actually have one in my house, thank God. I also have a biocharger in my house
because someone gave it to you for free,
which you guys can check out. It's a crazy energy shifting machine, which is super.
And I think she has an affiliate link for it, even though someone gave it to her for free. Someone sent her that juicer. She didn't buy it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's from what I understand. Someone's upline sent her that juicer. From what I understand, from
interesting. I didn't
DM that I received. So maybe that's incorrect. And I will fix that statement if I'm wrong about it.
Cool. I use grounding mats as well constantly because I do live in a penthouse, so I'm not on the ground with my feet in the ground, and you're on the beach.
Grounding,
you get yourself grounded and grounded, which is so important for your health in general. I do ozone at least 4 times a week, which they actually take your blood out.
Detective Lushy to the rescue. The invoice on the juicer said gift card.
That's so weird because she brags about it being $3,000 and probably with shipping and tax and everything. It probably was, but according to the Pure Juicer website, it's like $2,500.
Yeah.
I wonder who bought it for her. Probably Lisa Grossman, I bet. Just my opinion. I don't know that as to be a fact.
But if you do know, send us another DM or send Aaron a DM. We'd love to find more info.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And they're spinning it and they're cleaning it and then putting it back in. I also do a Hocket ozone, which is basically this chamber where your entire body's inside. You're getting ozone, you're getting infrared, you're also getting hypothermia, so you're getting overheated as well, all in this chamber where just your head is out, and it's so cool and gross. You see all these toxins come out of you.
Hypothermia is when your body temperature drops. Hyperthermia is when your body is warmed up. So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, she lives in a penthouse that she rents, and I make that distinction because she used to claim that she owned all of these very expensive homes in Frisco, and that was not the case. And no shade if you rent, shade when you are playing this narrative that you are buying all of these things, that your wealth is so, and you're using that as a sales pitch for people to join you, and then we find out that you rent. It's just it doesn't align with like a truthful story. So that's the issue for me. I don't know about if it's, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. It's so confusing. We need like a roadmap or something because I don't even know.
Single time.
Only that.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I do one's really important. Very high dose vitamin C 3 times a week, and that's what's been killing off a lot of stuff. I also have a lot of other infusions as well that I've been doing in Germany. I do red light therapy, the bed. I get in a bed at least 5 times a week, if not every day. Gosh, okay, what else? I know I'm missing things.
Coffee
there's
enema?
more. And wait, there's more now. I do cold plunges now, which I actually really
coffee enema. It's interesting when she's in front of someone who she thinks she has to be super like I don't know, upfront with her best like foot forward, the best presentation she can make of herself. And all of a sudden, coffee enemas off the table.
I almost just clicked on end broadcast. I didn't mean to. I was trying to go to the comments. Anyways,
we're having a wild, I mean, it really is. It could be the Wild West of technical difficulties today.
Really could, and it's probably more on my side.
No. There's no way. I know they're contentious, and I'm patient zero in this case, and I say that lightheartedly. I joke that I'm the founder of technical difficulties because they just happen. It's the internet.
All I have to say is Gen X. Okay. Okay.
Oh my God.
What are these things? So, by the way, this is her journey, her way of care for her with a 6-month diagnosis, everybody. What of these things will you do when the cancer is gone? In other words, is some of it just for the cancer, or once the cancer is gone, or had you never had cancer, based on what you've learned, some of those protocols, I assume you still would be, I bet you'd still be doing red light, you'd still be doing cold plunge. Would you be doing hyperbaric? What would you still be doing most
There's
of those
some things I would do for sure. One I didn't mention, and it's my favorite. It's going to be so weird. So I started doing coffee enemas about 3 months ago.
Oh, here we
And
go.
I was
Here we
told
go.
years ago to do these, and I thought that is the weirdest thing ever. I'm not doing that. No way. And I even bought the and it was sitting, and I think I threw it away 6 months ago or something. The irony. The first time I did one, I slept like I mean, a teenager.
Do I need to do it? Really?
Yeah, and you might have parasites, so it might be weird.
Why
Might-
would
might
you
still
say
be
I
your stuff.
have them?
You,
Why?
you seem kind of buggy. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you very
Ew.
much.
I'm kidding.
No.
But a
She
lot
looked
of
right at me like you probably have parasites. Thank you. That's what you do that now. You look at me like parasite. I look like I have
I mean,
parasites.
yes.
Actually look like you have parasites. But I get like it's instant mental clarity.
Okay.
Almost like
I need
like
that.
wow, this is crazy.
Shedding of your intestinal lining. Oh wait, maybe. Oh God.
I forgot to tell you guys. I need to do a video on this, but I am in a Facebook group where it's an MLM, and they're walking people through how to do a parasite cleanse.
Stop.
I need to download some videos.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This cannot be reality. You think to yourself, 2023, what are we doing? What MLM are we starting? A parasite MLM. And we're going to walk you through a cleanse. What is happening?
I feel the same way, baby snark.
This cannot be reality. Like seriously, I just don't understand. I'm so confused.
Okay.
And digestion takes the most energy out of everything that you do, and you're cleaning the entire lower third out of your colon. So, and then after that, I actually have at my house an ozone. Simply O2 makes an ozone machine for your home. So I have an oxygen tank and everything. I do rectal ozone after it as well every time. So there's a lot. There's a lot going on, but I would never change that. I would never stop red light. It's amazing. The benefits are just incredible. I really believe in this ozone stuff in your blood. This stuff is crazy. I really think that
Hearing more and more and more about it. I'm not willing or ready to stake my claim on it because I'm really sort of watching through you and some other people that I know.
So we're waiting to see if you still live, if I'm going to actually
I
try.
was just thinking that.
Oh my God, my filter's off. I don't know. Like Aaron is the responsible adult.
No, I'm not.
I am not. I am like turning in my responsible adult card, and here we are, medicated and unfiltered. Oh my God.
I just think it's so odd that he's like, you go first. You go first and then let us know how it works. Well,
Yeah.
If there were studies done on ozone, if it were, I don't think it was banned, but there's something with the FDA. I can't recall what that is, but it's not an evidence-based, studied and researched treatment.
Yeah.
So listening to Ed go, well, he didn't obviously say it like this, but hey, DC, you go first, and then you let me know how you feel. And I'll just watch for a couple months, and then we'll, maybe I'll start. That's what this feels like. And it's.
Yeah. But can we really trust Ed when Jessie Lee has paid him $400,000, between $300,000 and $400,000 a year for his tutelage? You know what I'm saying? We have to remember how much money she's been paying him. It's just, oh my God. The leeches. Oh my God. I mean, for the love of God. And Rob is a doctor too. There it is again. Keep your ozone out your butt. Yes. Nothing glamorous about dewormers either. I mean, again, look at Ed. He has a huge podcast. Like some of y'all don't know who he is, and that makes me chuckle a little bit, but he is in some circles quite big, and he has had some of his videos on YouTube have millions of views. And so his influence is there. And my leeches have entered the chat. Did we think that was going to happen on a Thursday at the end of summer? No, we did not. Oh, God. Ozone is poisonous. And someone else said earlier, it can aggravate if you have asthma. We're not hearing Jessie Lee say anything about like, hey, there's lots of warnings with the route that I'm going with. It's my personal decision, and you should talk with your doctor. We've never heard her say that. The closest she's come is this chat with Ed, because Ed said, hey, we got to cover our butts. I mean, he didn't quite say that, but he said something close to that. So he knows that, I mean, that she can't just run wild, and he's preventing her from running kind of wild, and she's trying to be on her best behavior. So we're getting a very different Jessie Lee than we've gotten in the past.
Agreed.
God.
Yeah.
All right. So someone's listening to this. They've cried their eyes out. They are now looking at their own life differently. They've got a perspective. They've said, man, maybe I need to have forgiveness for this person. Maybe I need to get going and hurry up and win. Maybe I need to start live like I'm dying, to quote the Tim McGraw thing that we've talked about.
Oh my God.
What would you say to somebody? Say, hey, listen, if someone came up to you right now at Starbucks and said, hey, I heard you on the Ed Mylett show, and he didn't ask you this, or I'm just curious, what would you say to somebody who says, what is the biggest thing you would impart upon to another person about what you've taken from this that we haven't shared yet?
I'll tell you really quickly. I'm going to tell you my answer. I am saying this as someone who's scared to go to the doctor. Do your scans. Go find a doctor, or at least bring someone with you that you trust who can help walk you through being scared and making sure you don't miss important follow-ups. Because guess who did that for 10 years? Me. I didn't go to the doctor for 10 years. I didn't go to the OBGYN. I didn't I'm talking as the person who is influenced by this type of stuff, who got stuck in Young Living and who is scared, but now has realized, hopefully not too late, but that doctors are there to help you, and how to advocate for yourself and find the doctor. If you have access and insurance and all that other stuff, take someone with you and do it scared, or find someone that you like. So like, I'm trying.
Don't they have people, like, let's just say somebody doesn't have somebody that can go with them. Isn't there somebody within like the hospitals and stuff? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like there's people that can go with you as like support from the hospital, or something along those lines. I don't know. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like,
no, yeah,
patient advocates.
I think there are sometimes patient advocates. I'm not sure for like a primary care if there is one. I'm saying, like, I'm scared of the primary care doctor, so I don't know if they have a patient advocate. And obviously sometimes they have two people in the room, the nurse and the doctor, but sometimes that doesn't even, for someone who's scared, who's gonna maybe be influenced by this fluffery that Ed and Jessie Lee are spewing. If you have a friend, if you have a parent, if you have a sibling who can go with you and help you do the action. And I say this, they always say, oh, do it scared. Within reason, do it scared. Yeah. Scans are important, and there's like medical studies, and there's actual data that's measurable that says catching things early is good. And you can do that if you go to your scans and stuff like that. So that's oh, now we have to listen to what he's going to say. God dang it. Okay. Oh, screenshot. This is perfect. I'm going to change my cover.
I'm not ready for coffee enemas. That's what I'm getting from this.
In other words, this is my thing I'm got from this that I need people to know. What would you say?
I don't care who you are. I need you to know that you need to do what's best for you.
What?
And I mean that in a lot of different
I mean,
ways.
that's fair.
I was a people pleaser.
Yes. Yes. And no.
I don't think you can blanket statement somebody's plan for cancer treatment.
Sure. I agree with that. 100%.
So I'm separating what she just said with what she has said in the past. I think, do what's best for you, which to me is like, put the plan together with your medical team. So yeah. I agree with that part.
I think you're more of the voice of reason than I will ever be able to be, because like I can't forget like the strings tied to what she said in the past, and that's one of my problems. there's so much context that has built up that makes it seem like what she's saying is dangerous to me. Like,
I
yes,
get that.
body autonomy. Yes, do what's right for you. And let's let people have informed decisions, because that's not what we've seen with the past however many live streams. And that's not what we see when we talk about alternative treatments. It's just, hey, we're going to scare the shit out of you, and then you should choose my thing. And that's like, think that's what I'm bristling
I
against.
get that. Yeah.
But I love that. One, I love Erin's perspective, and two, I love how reasonable Erin is, and how like you can go right to some of the statements she's made, and even with your history with Jessie Lee, you can say I agree with that or I don't agree with that. And I think that's so telling of the work that you want to do here in the MLM space, because you're trying to help people, and it's not a vendetta against Jessie Lee
No.
Ward.
And thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, let's also remember that what we're seeing here, I feel like every video that we react to is a different video, you know?
Yep.
What we're seeing here is not what, just like DC said, let me point this way, sorry. Just like DC said, is not what we've seen from her before.
Right.
And so, I guess just for me, there's a little bit, I'm separating that. I'm reacting to this, you know, but what we're seeing is not what we've normally seen from her. So I understand completely where you're coming from too.
Yeah, and I think it's both, and I think it's important. I think like the multiple perspectives is so powerful, and I think like at least continuing to show like again. Also, I'm like, my brain is exploding after getting out of MLM. It's so refreshing to be able to have non-Borg like actions and conversations where someone is not telling you, no, we have to think like this. No, we have to think like this. There is some like red flags where it's like, hey, you're heading towards a cliff, and we need to say like, stop. But we can have these conversations, and it's not an expectation that, oh, my commentary is going to turn into Erin's, or my thinking is going to turn into hers. It's like we get to have a adult kind of conversation with some sound bites, and there's not an expectation that we're going to have to think alike. And that a lot of times happens in multi-level marketing, because you have to keep people in line, plugged in, and purchasing the product. And I know like that this got on this tangent, but I appreciate it.
I think but I think that this needed to be said. I think this was, just like you said, this was really important, that I can see this one way and you can see it another way, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, I wanted everybody to like me, I think, because I wasn't liked very much when I was younger. So
That's sad.
if you were nice to me and then mean to me, it was okay. I'd still be nice to you. And I think too many of us are living for other people.
Because Erin is a Taurus.
Indeed, I
just
am.
wish more people would chase that dream that they really care about, would take those risks that matter a lot to them, would love the person that they know they're supposed to be in love with, or take the big scary chance that everybody has told them just doesn't make any sense at all, and just live their life. Because I look at people all the time, and I coach people all the time, and I just go, my God, you're not happy.
Yeah.
Like, who are you living for?
I feel like you have something to say. Because I don't know. I feel like I'm biting my tongue a little bit, because maybe your cancer can have a life-changing impact on how you see yourself and how you see others. And to see the lack of change behavior and how she treats people, and how angry she is at some, and how many vicious attacks she makes, and the awful things she said about people, like actually wishing harm on other people, that I can't forget that. And I like hold on to everything for all of eternity, but I can't forget that she said that, and now she's being so soft and so feminine, so whatever, gentle and open, and all those other words that directly contradict how she's behaved.
You can't say you've changed and that you've grown as a person when you're exhibiting the same kind of behaviors in more of a public space, more so than she's ever done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've never seen her react like this. Not in this particular video, but like I've never seen her lash out so publicly the way that she has.
Mm.
It was usually these little flare-ups kind of behind the scenes and private chats, or, it was very, very minimal. They were little spikes of behavior. Now it's like it's on full blast on social media. And so you can't say that you've changed when you're exhibiting the same behaviors.
Yep. Yeah, that's totally fair.
Because when you realize that every day is not guaranteed, you're not worried so much anymore about offending people because of your opinions or your truth.
Are you?
You start realizing that your authentic self is all that you really need to be.
Oh my
There's
God.
so much good going on in the world, and we as humans, I think, spend so much time, effort, and energy on things that just don't matter to us at all, trying to please people we don't even like.
Yeah.
And for what? At what cost?
So that's where I wanted to ask you next, is stay right on there. So we've talked about what does matter, and you just covered one thing that doesn't matter. What else doesn't matter? In other words, pleasing other people and other people's opinions, all of that, man, what an absolute beautiful truth. What other things? You're faced with this, right? You have this moment in your life, and everyone at some point will be faced with something like this. It may be at 104 years old, and you're an old woman laying in your bed someday, or you're 34 years old in the prime of your life and being healthy. But at some point, you're going to be faced with, my body will eventually possibly end. What doesn't matter? What else doesn't matter? Because Matthew McConaughey said on the show, sometimes you got to just make a list of the things you don't want in your life to get clear on what you do want. So we know these opinions of other people. By the way, you're just actually, it's something we've always said, but you're living it now. You're like, trust me, it totally doesn't matter.
Yep.
What else doesn't matter? I know it's a hard question,
Yeah.
but what else doesn't matter? I'm curious.
Honestly, most stuff does not matter. Most stuff just does not matter. And
Say something specific, for the love of God. If you listen to Jessie Lee, she talks in very vague things unless she's making a dig at someone. Then all of a sudden she remembers all the specifics. And this is just me listening to her for several years. But it's so interesting when she's like trying to teach something, it's vague as hell. And then when she's making an attack, it's so somehow we remember every single little thing.
Without saying their name, though.
Yep, without saying their name. So you can get away with it. So I'm just hoping she says something specific, but I'm not holding my breath.
I wish more people would look at their life and realize that the little stuff that drives you crazy, I've said it, everything just gets, it's clear when you have something like this happen.
Yeah.
So I used to say, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't give it 5 minutes.
Oh my God, vague.
Would you please live that?
Yeah.
People are so freaked out about the dumbest little things, and I just know you're not going to care that there was traffic in LA, because there's always traffic in LA. You know, like 20 minutes from now. So why are you having this huge blow up fight? The arguments you're having with your partner, why? The little things about your kids, why? The stuff that drives you nuts and crazy. None of this stuff really matters.
I mean, it seems like, at least my parents, and I say this from a kid perspective, my parents gave a crap about us, which was so meaningful. And that you're saying, like, the little things that were burdening us, they wanted to help us walk through that. And they, like, poured in and like I say poured into, oh my God, MLM terminology warning.
You did say that. Drop the cult vibes emote if you're on DC's channel.
Yeah, seriously. And the cult alert is airing on my channel, if you remember. Having someone that you love even care about something that was burdening you, or that you were having a hard time with, or rejoiced with you when you had a win, is so impactful. And so she is belittling, like, whatever, those little, I'm guessing I don't know, the little, she doesn't have kids, so I'm not sure what she's talking about, but I'm saying it from a kid's perspective. Having your parent care about you, like, with the little stuff, was meaningful to me, and was meaningful to my siblings too.
Well, and a lot of times as a parent, those conversations are incredible learning opportunities, not just for the parent to communicate with their child, but also for the child to learn, So because she's being so vague, it's like, what are we really talking about here?
Yeah. It's like she's pulled every, like, common thing from Google top searches about what would you change, because she's taken so many trainings from so many other books. In the past, it's like she can't say something unique for herself. In my opinion. And I'm just waiting for her to say something specific about her own life. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop traveling as much, and I'm gonna spend time with Kumba and Wookie. That's what I would expect her to say. Like, I'm going to, you know what? I'm renting a house right now, so they get to go play out and lay in the sun as much as they want to. Or, you know, I love to travel, so I'm gonna travel for myself, not to teach, and I'm gonna stop doing these 4-hour-long lives selling ketones so that I can love on my dogs and go visit my parents or go visit my brother and my nephew that I love so much. That's the type of things that I thought that she would say. And here we are in Vague City. Just it's confusing. It's confusing.
It is confusing. I agree.
The little tiny sacrifices. I think back on, you know, when I was starting my business, I lived in first in a basement and then in
your mom's
above
basement?
a garage, you know, in a roof that's like this, and so you couldn't sit up in bed because you had to roll out of bed. It was like one of those situations. And I'm like, I remember thinking, God, why am I living here? I need to have something more, like, you know, and it pushed me. But I also think back, I go, why did I actually care?
Yeah.
Why did that matter to me? Why did you know what doesn't matter? Fancy clothes don't matter. Fancy things.
Okay, fancy clothes don't matter, but every single time you go live, you're in Gucci, you're in Louis Vuitton, you're in a designer item. So I'm asking this for real. Maybe you already own those and you can't go buy stuff that maybe you'd actually want to wear that wasn't $1,200 an item. And if you like designer, fine. But have like the consistency to say, you know what, designer doesn't matter, cars don't matter. And change your behavior. I'm just confused.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that, again, this is a perfect example of what we're seeing on her personal social media platforms and what she is saying here. It's causing confusion because it doesn't match.
Yes.
If she were exhibiting some of these things that she was putting up on social media, we'd be like, all right, fair.
Yep.
Good advice, you know?
Yep.
But I feel like she's just taking this out of the song Live Like You Were Dying from Tim McGraw. And she's like, well, this sounds good. That's what it feels like to me. It's just my opinion. But again, what we're seeing, in my opinion, is not matching what she's saying here.
Yeah. It's a discrepancy, and we're curious. And a lot of times when someone says something and their behavior matches, that's a validator of like, okay, they actually believe that. And we're seeing she's saying something that she thinks is going to be, in my opinion, acceptable to other people. And that's going to put her in this position of like, oh my gosh, people are going to like me better for saying this. And then we see her social and we see her lives. And that's just like, I just reiterated what I should have not said that, but what Aaron said, exactly. I'm saying like, yes, exactly what Aaron said. Oh, hello, Savannah. Howdy.
Savannah.
We need a soundbite, Aaron. We
Only
need
a few more days, Savannah.
I know.
This is for Savannah. I just feel like we needed a moment.
I think we always need a moment with Savannah. So
totally.
Don't matter unless it brings you joy. The only things in life that actually matter are the stuff that makes you smile. Period. That's it. Do you love it? Are you happy?
Is poking Yehudis during your lives, does that make you happy because you keep doing it? So I'm guessing it does. And on that note, I'm going to drop the GoFundMe in my own chat so that if y'all want to donate to the GoFundMe, which is still open for her and her 3 kids, y'all can donate to that. And I think we have a new member for Aaron.
We do. And if one of the mods on my channel could drop the GoFundMe, that would be incredible. If you guys could do that, please and thank you. Shout out to our mods. Y'all are amazing. We love you. In a culty way. Also,
oh hell yes,
it is time, friends. Welcome, SR Goss.
The best new member song. Oh my god, I love it so much. I cannot wait to rewatch this so I can just enjoy Aaron and that song. The new members. That's incredible.
I feel like it's the shoulders.
Yes.
You know, like
down. You can tell Aaron has rhythm. I have windshield wipers. Like I
do have a little rhythm.
You do. I can tell.
Thank you.
I can tell. I can tell just from here. So I'm oh my god. Here we go. Jessie Lee, part 1200.
Are the people you're spending time around the ones that you want to? Are the activities you're doing in it, is it the hobby you like? Or do you just
Thank
do
you,
it
Auntie
because?
Lushy.
No more just doing stuff because that crap doesn't matter.
I'm
You
gonna
start
pin it
looking
on
at
my
life like
channel.
this moment's
Wow,
precious,
wow,
this
wow.
moment's precious, this one's precious. And you chase those instead of things.
Hey mods, I'm on Erin's channel. If you don't mind pinning it on her channel too, I just pinned it on
Thank you.
mine. But then y'all don't have to keep posting it if you don't want to. Sorry, being bossy. I'll explain
No,
myself
that's
out.
not bossy at all. Thank you. That's good looking out. That's what that is.
Instead of other people's opinions, instead of
Oh my
any of
God,
that stuff.
Savannah.
So good. And by the way, for people like you and
Oh my
I,
God, I can't
winning
wait.
is fun,
Yes.
right? Winning, achieving, competing, being number one, seeing what you're capable of. She's trust me when I tell you, she's not talking about just sit around and enjoy the moment. She's saying do things you enjoy. If you're a winner, if you're a competitor, go freaking win and compete, because
What?
you all know we love that stuff, right? I like winning more than I like sitting on the beach. I just flat out
You do.
and so do you.
I know I do. I've seen you in pickleball too.
Right.
He's
Her doctor. Look, I hate that I know so much about this that she shared publicly on the internet. Her doctor literally told her, if you don't slow down, this is going to have a negative impact on your healing journey. Like, he said it straight up, and she reiterated that to us. And here she is, like, nope, I'm gonna be. And Ed Mylett just said, you're just like me. You're gonna compete and not rest. When her doctor specifically told her to stop, to rest, to.
Let's also not forget that just before this, she was talking about things that don't matter. If you're facing a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, why do you care about competing in anything and being number one?
Yeah. Yep. That's
That's odd to me.
It is. And it's like, and if you have a differing opinion, let us know in the comments. We love having civil and respectful discussions, and we like continuing the conversation. So if you are on the replay crew and you have thoughts, drop them, and we'd love to chat. I know Erin is a really good, one of the better creators I've seen, like being like responding. And I know she's grown to the point where she has so many subscribers now. 11.2.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
moly.
nuts.
And
I can't even.
But if you're looking to connect with a creator who does one of the better jobs of like responding to comments, Erin's your person. And I hate to, like, I know I do this hype stuff. It is genuine. Like, I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
I appreciate
It's something that I like aspire to, because sometimes the comments make me cry. But you know what? Like, I'm working on like building up my my thick skin. So. But yeah,
I mean, I also know that at some point I'm not going to be able to do that, but right now I can, and it feels right, and I'm going to do what I can. So at some point that's probably going to have to change as my channel grows. But you know, right now it's
enjoy
where we're at.
Enjoy the special moments right now with Erin and like the smaller creators, and like it's a comfy, cozy community of like mostly like-minded individuals. So how on earth? I don't know how she does. I literally don't know how.
I don't know. I work from a to-do list. I work from a to-do list instead of like scheduling time. That's overwhelming to me. So I will, use my notes app. I type out the 5 or 6 things that need to be done today. The gym is usually the first thing if it's a workout day. And then I just go through and I focus on what needs to be focused on. So that's the best answer I can give. I don't know. I'm actually pretty relaxed. I used to post on Instagram like every single day because I was still kind of working out of the MLM in that sense.
Yeah.
And so now I just I post when I feel like I have something to say in my, on my feed or whatever, or not on my feed, on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I share what needs to be shared or what I want to share in my stories. So yeah,
I love that.
I don't know.
It's good. It's a vibe. It's a good vibe.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Now we're back to the not as good vibes. Jessie Lee Award.
Competitive in everything.
Well, and by the way, so is she. But you know what I'm talking about. She's
Yes,
got
I
this
do.
diagnosis. She's still speaking my head. She goes, I just freaking slayed it. Best talk I've ever given. And she lights up when she talks about that. So, but this is so profound what you've said. I mean, like, I just think that sometimes I think when you get threatened with your life maybe not being here, you accumulate the wisdom you would have gotten at the end of your life anyway. And I think that's one
powerful.
of the, I think it's one of the blessings that I've seen in you. Now, she's also, by the way, kicked major tail in a bunch of different businesses, right? And there's this side to her that I love. That's this bosslee side. And I want her to show up here a little bit too, because there's these sides. There's this reflective, kind, gentle, forgiving, wise, perspective having, patient woman that I really love.
What are you talking about? I'm just like so confused, Ed. What person are you speaking of? I'm confused. I'm so confused right now.
Oh my God.
I think my face says it all, honestly.
I know, literally. If you're listening to this while you're cleaning or something, come back to the timestamp of 1 hour and 16 minutes and watch Erin's face. All of the expressions, I don't even know. She's a champion. Her facial muscles are in like the performance. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Okay.
But there's this other thing, this other being who's like, I'm going to stomp you. We're going to win. Get off your butt. Let's go. And you've pushed people in their lives like you've pushed you.
That's her.
What do you think? Now, don't be humble. There's no reason for you to be humble now, right?
Okay.
So.
Okay. Oh, another guy telling you what you can and can't do. Listen, be whoever you want. Be whatever you want to be, Jessie Lee. I mean, seriously.
Also this.
But she's not aggro. Oh, God.
Well, but this is different because it's coming from a man.
Yeah,
she's not coming from another woman.
Yeah. And he just told her what to do, so she's going to do it.
I mean, she used to say the same thing about Eric. You know, Eric tells me to jump. I ask him how high.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
No need for you to be humble. She's never humble. Are you kidding? Just my opinion. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It has made you you. So I remember the first time I spoke, you spoke before me. I think maybe before or after me. We crossed each other backstage. And I know when I meet someone that's the it. Like everyone has the it, by the way, but I know when someone's released it in themselves. So I want to be very clear. Everybody's special. Everybody has the it. But I know when I've met a human being who's released theirs. And I also know when I've met somebody who is still suppressing theirs. And the ones who have released it, boy, that's really good.
Oh, that was so good. I didn't even I like how he's saying stuff like he has some kind of value system already planned out in his head. And then he's like, oh my God, what I just said is so good. Jessie Lee does the same thing. It's like, what you're gonna say before you say it. Oh wait, we don't do that anymore? We're shocked. We're shocked that this feels
like the only thing he needed to say after that was, oh, that was good. Write it down. Like what?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's what it felt like.
We're slimed right now. I need to make a slime emoji when we get slimed by the commentary. Seriously.
Find a slime sound.
Oh yeah, we do. Oh, we could get something from Flubber. We could get an old school Flubber sound bite.
I know. God, I love that movie. The old one, the original.
Yes, the original one.
Yes, love that.
I'm magnetized too. I'm just like, whoa. And I knew it immediately. Then the second time, like, she's released it. Her version of her releasing it. So you have that thing. You've unlocked yours. What is it that made you so much more successful than basically everybody else in the multiple businesses you've done? Now looking back on it, no reason to be humble. We've bared our soul about some really difficult things today. So tell the truth about that.
Yeah.
Tell the truth, Jessie Lee. Where's my Walker Texas Ranger? Hold on. I'll find it. Where is it? I don't even know. Where is it here? Oh, I'm gonna have to find it. Where is it? Where is it? Kazoo, Mail Time, The Office. I don't know. Maybe it's over here. Okay, I'll have to find it. We're gonna keep playing.
I think I have this fight in me that is ingrained in me from such a young age that I'm just willing to do whatever it takes.
Oh
I will not hurt people. That's about where I cross the line. I will not.
Bro.
Insert every single time she has wished harm, physical harm, and trauma against anyone who's spoken against her, threatened to burn down Erin's house, threatened gun violence against people who have spoken against her. What are you talking about?
The amount of names that just came to my head I'm not gonna say the names, but when she just said this, it was like this barrage of people that I know that she has hurt. That doesn't even include the people I don't know of, but like there was these names and faces.
Yeah. Yeah, and interestingly enough, cough Columbia cough. She on the Jane Marie interview, which I hope y'all flood and like listen to that and promote Jane Marie and not Jessie Lee. But she basically got offended that people were talking about the danger that she put her team in. And she got offended because she said, I was really the person that was hurting. I was the one that was in medical danger. It was me, and I still overcame. I think that is some of the rage that we saw her react to. And it's like, no. You still get to take responsibility for not allowing your team to give informed consent or because of your fluffery you did. And yes, you should have gone to the doctor sooner. And I wish you had. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, me too. She should have gone to the doctor when she started. I think it was like, I don't know. She said she started bleeding heavily in like November. So like maybe in November, early December or something, maybe go to the doctor, you know?
Yep.
Do anything to hurt people.
Was she there?
Yep. Also, her boyfriend's wife, that person probably. I mean, and you can see it, the digs on her own live streams. It's not us saying something, that's us responding to information that Jessie Lee has publicly posted on the internet and has made available for people to comment on and saying something is wrong here and how you're treating people is out of alignment with your kindness that you say that you're about.
Yeah, I think it's that confusion.
Yep.
There's been points where what she is saying here and what she does on her own social media platforms, it creates confusion, and maybe there's something to that. Meaning, when I was in MLM, there was confusion and chaos, and so maybe this is the same kind of thing. I don't know, but I think when people are shown two different behaviors, it's confusing, and so people have to really ask a lot of questions or have the space to be able to ask those questions to go, well, do I believe this or do I believe this or something in between? I'm not really sure. And I think that this is causing confusion because what we're seeing is not what we're seeing here is not what we're seeing over there.
Do you think that, and this is a conspiracy question, not like a true conspiracy, but do you think that it's her doing it on purpose so that she gets as many opportunities to gaslight people because somebody catches her in this way she's behaving, and then they say, oh, she's this type of person, and then she has something else where she says, oh no, I'm not like that. Look at this. Like I don't know if she's that strategic of a person.
God, I'm trying not to be a jerk. I don't want to be a jerk.
You get the get out of jail free card. Live chat, cover your ears. Don't listen. Okay. This is not Aaron B's talking. Okay. This is
in my opinion.
Question.
I think what you're saying is giving her a lot of credit.
Oh, where's my burn?
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not trying to like.
It's too like it's there's too much that would have had to have gone on to make that a possibility. I get what you're saying. I know what you're really saying though in live chat.
I know you get it. I know you guys all probably get it. And I'm not trying to be mean at all. I just feel like that's giving her a lot of credit. Unless she's hired somebody to do that for her. Maybe that's better said that way.
Yeah. Okay. Probably, hopefully not the person who's editing her vlogs. Oh wait. My filter.
Aside from that, I will dominate you. I really will. It's not a joke.
What about when Dominic Izzo called you bad names when you were being interviewed? Are you going to dominate him? Oh, but you only dominate people weaker than you are and not dudes. Okay.
Jeremy said for me to be mean. I can't, Jeremy. I can't be mean.
I'll definitely go deep in it. I will never forget when we first talked about the diagnosis, and I said to you on a coaching call, I said, Ed, I think I need to put bosslee to rest. I think I need to just kind of chill a little bit and go more into just quiet time and whatever. And I remember seeing your face And you didn't say anything. You went, okay. And I went, maybe that's not.
Maybe the guy that you're looking for approval from, and you said what you really wanted, and then you saw someone, a guy, not accept what you really wanted, and then because you need approval from men, you changed what you wanted to do. Oh, wait, did I say that out loud? Oh my God.
We need a soundbite for that. That was, you nailed it.
I mean, and that's a frustrating thing. And I talked about influence the last stream that Aaron was on. And if you don't if you're not an influenceable person, my dad doesn't have a lot of influence, but he does know that we were very like I was, so my other siblings were not. So he was very careful about saying things that he liked when we were doing different things, so that I wouldn't always choose the thing that he wanted to do. And so it's just important to realize the power of your own influence, because Ed obviously influenced Jessie Lee Ward, in my opinion. I'm so raging.
Just like many other men allegedly seem to do.
Ouch. We're coming for y'all in a metaphoric way on the internet with all of the spotlight that you wanted. Oh my God. Erin is one of those people where she can destroy you, but she doesn't. So she's lovable, but also scary. No, literally, like, Erin is the type of person, like, you're walking home at night, like, you want her as the person, like, in your group, because, like, she has that intimidation.
I'm definitely the defender.
Yes.
In certain situations, not all situations.
Yeah.
Like when I was starting to create anti-MLM content, and I would get comments and just the conversation you and I had the other day, DC, but it was like, I would go to JJ because she was doing it longer, and I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this comment. What should I say? Because when you're getting out of MLM and somebody doesn't agree with you, it's like they're not agreeing with you as a human being, rather than just words that you're saying. And it's okay to not agree with people. That's okay.
Yeah.
And so, long story short, I am typically somebody that protects the people that I'm with. Maybe that's the military in me. I don't know. Maybe it's the Taurus in me. I don't know. I've just always kind of been that way, especially when a group of us are out. I will tell you guys that I have probably the worst temper, but I do everything that I can to control it. And when I was younger, it came out very easily. So I try to be kind. I try to be careful in my words. I don't have a problem pausing and thinking about what I'm saying before I say it, because I understand that the words that are coming out of my mouth, regardless of how many followers or whatever, that I have a responsibility to that. And I am spicy.
We love it.
Probably the Mexican in me, actually. I have a very small amount of Mexican blood in me, and it comes out every so often, but it just takes a lot now. I'm a little bit older, and I've got some life experience under my belt, and I understand now when it's when that is appropriate to come out. If it's like a life-threatening situation, we're gonna scrap. And when it's, hey, that's, maybe we don't need to react to that, maybe that's not that serious, maybe don't respond to this, maybe
And I think you realize the power of your influence too, because I know we've had conversations where you have withheld your opinion on some things, and you've always said, go with your gut, or take some time to think through it, or how you're feeling matters and stuff like that. So it's not, you don't try to press like your own experiences on on me. Like when you've had conversations where it's like, what the hell's going on? And it's like, you do really do that on the behind the scenes as well. Like there's a sameness that happens. Like who Erin is behind the scenes is like the person that you get on.
Thank you.
So
I think everybody has their own experience, and working through the processing of that experience. And I think we should not be in a place where we're influencing that, especially in a negative way. You and I, just like we did earlier today, we on this live stream, I felt one way, you felt another way, and that's okay.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes there are things that we should speak on, and other times there's things that, you know, I don't really feel like I need to speak on that, you know. So if I do speak on something, it's because I've taken the time to think about it for a second and go, do I really want to talk about this? Do I really want to mention this or whatever? I'm a huge fan of taking a pause before reacting, because when I was younger, that was not the case. I was going to take on anybody. I don't care what size you were. If you were taller than me, I was going to climb up you like a monkey and handle business. And it's, you know, you don't always have to react that way, you know?
Yep. It's called growth, you know, and that's great to see.
Thank you. I appreciate all your kind words too, you guys. I really do.
Yeah, live chat is live chatting tonight. Y'all are being awesome.
And then I realized,
You guys
no,
are awesome.
bosslee is the reason I have all of this stuff. And I don't mean things. I mean
the-
the accomplishments, the accolades, the wealth, because she is an aggressor. She doesn't let people stomp all over her. How am I going to let cancer come in and stomp all over me? Oh no, like actually bosslee needs to show up more than ever. And so the difference with me, I think, is that when everything crazy happened, and I mean, I'm not going to go into a whole long childhood, whatever, but people want success like ours. And I love how open you've been about things with
She said on one of her lives that Bosslee was dead. That Bosslee, she said that, and we've several creators covered that stream. So don't listen to us, listen to her words that came out of her mouth.
Actually, listen to Ed, who made a facial expression or something on a coaching call, according to her. And she was like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. We hate it. And the thing is, like, we want her to stand up for herself. Especially, oh my God, I love that coconuts. Coconuts is incredible.
Dad in your childhood more and more over the last few years, because the way I describe it is, I understand you want our success, but you do not want what we've gone through. If you want all this success, you've got to trade all of this bad stuff, and you're not willing to, trust me. So when I'm 9 and I send my dad to jail, and I'm raised in a crazy domestic violence situation my whole life, I have to get raised by my grandparents because there's no one there. I become the leader of the household then. Physical violence and craziness like you can't even imagine. We don't have enough food. We like all of this, just turmoil, chaos.
What's up, JJ?
Oh, what's up, Julie Joe? Expect maybe a chunk more people.
No, don't tell her.
Oh, wait, never mind. It's a surprise. It's a surprise. I got excited. I'm sorry. I got excited.
Whatever. I
make some more punch.
Became the leader. Yeah. And so when people go, in sales,
I take issue with her. Like, yeah, I'm not saying you can't talk about your trauma, but she just told us that she forgave her mom earlier in the stream, and now she's destroying her mom again by positioning herself as. And again, I'm not saying that she wasn't harmed as a kid. I'm not saying that her growing up situation wasn't traumatic. It sounds like it was awful. She just did say, though, at the beginning, like, I forgive you for all this stuff, and I can see, where you were at in my position, and I have a lot of empathy for you. And now she doesn't in this part of the podcast.
Yeah. My feelings on this, because somebody said, why are you shaking your head? No, Aaron. And my feelings on this is when we look at the overall, how she presents herself on social media, and the fact that we have been able to point, I'm going to call them confusion spots, where what she's saying here and what she's saying here don't match. They seem to be kind of the opposite, and it leaves us asking a lot of questions. That's how I want to present this.
Yeah.
When she is saying these things, and she has said this story over and over and over, let's rewind that. Okay. Over and over again. It makes me want to hear from other people that were around her at that time. It makes me want to ask questions. It makes me think, what is the whole story? Because from what we've seen, what I experienced, in my opinion, she's going to spin things to her narrative. And so the reason I was shaking my head no is because I'm kind of like, well, what's the whole story on this? Yeah. Did that happen? Maybe it did. I don't know. but I just I have questions, like we say a lot since
Yeah.
we've been streaming together, you know. I have questions, and so
Yeah.
I'm confused by all that, and I want to hear the whole story, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you've recently got out of an MLM or you've been in an MLM, sometimes like hearing us have questions about things can bring up feelings because you may have been in a higher control group MLM than you may have thought, and questions weren't okay. And
Yeah.
you know, questions aren't inherently dangerous, and questions, like, we have questions because we don't know the answer. And so that's I just want to, like, obviously my target audience is people who maybe still are in MLMs or maybe are deciding to join an MLM or who are stuck in a multi-level marketing company, maybe who have gotten out. And like it like puts a filter on all of your experiences as you're moving away from being in that group. And just like Aaron's talked a little bit about, how do I handle comments on, you know, now after what I used to go through or whatever. And it I hope that if you're watching this, you can, like Aaron said, take some time, but know that like we've got questions because we don't have the answers. So yes. Okay,
Yeah.
back at it.
As an example, I have never understood why people get so upset about the word no. This one shocks me. And maybe that's why I went to 8 oncologists. Like, come on,
Right.
come on, there's got to be one.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's the
It
first thing
sounded like
somebody
the
tells me
Cowardly
is
Lion.
never what I'm going to accept. I don't accept that for me or for my life. So when someone's like, oh, that prospect told me no, I go, well, did your parents tell you yes about everything when you were growing up? Because I was told no always. And I just kept selling myself over and over and over again to try to get something. Even if it was just, can I stay a little later? No, no. You guys would ask for ice cream 3 times and you'd get a yes. It was always no. So no doesn't hurt me, right? That turned me into this. So then if I'm getting rejected, fine. And also you get scrappy. I'm really scrappy from growing up without resources. So I will find a way.
Yeah.
You tell me it's impossible. I don't think so. There's a way.
I don't think that's scrappy.
Yeah. It just doesn't it going from having no resources to having every resource on the planet, meaning you can probably afford any medical treatment on the planet, and you decide to not participate in that. I'm not saying that people shouldn't have body autonomy. It doesn't match her decision. That's fine to go where she wants to go. She's talking about, did she mean scammy?
Hey, Andrea. She very well could have.
Yep. It just doesn't match up with what she's saying now, because she said that she has clawed her way to the best recruits, to the best of the best, like living in the best places, being able to afford the best clothes and all this other stuff. And then now, when faced with medical treatment, I'm just it doesn't align, I guess. And I just have got questions, and
it's that confusion space.
Yeah, we've just got questions, and people have questions.
You know, and also comparing your parents saying no to having ice cream or whatever, and comparing that to people saying no, they don't want to be a part of your MLM, or they're not interested in your MLM product. Those are, I feel like that there's a little bit of a false equivalence fallacy-ish thing going on with this, because it's like, well, why did your parents tell you no to ice cream? Was it close to dinner time? You know, like there's too many variables in that to say, oh, well, you know, this no relates to this no.
Yep.
I just think that there's too much gray area to be like, well, if your parents always told you yes, which I don't think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think most parents say yes and no to things.
Yeah.
You know, or I'll think about it, or ask me later, or what. There's just too many variables to say, well, this thing is related to this thing.
Yep. Especially in the earlier part of the podcast where she was saying she understood so much of like where her mom was coming from, that maybe her mom didn't make the best decisions about like relationships and how that impacted her, and that she understood her from like she said her mom was super intelligent, had a great job allegedly, at this place. Like, she came from such a place of, like, I guess compassion, I guess empathy, and then she tells this story about the ice cream, and that there's no like understanding of like of any of that brought
There's
to
no
this.
context.
There's no context, and there's no continuity too, because she said things earlier in you know, with Ed that don't make sense now to me, in my opinion.
I'm super big on visualizing. You talked about touching your dreams. I've been the same way forever. I'll sit in the car. I'll go to the car dealership when I can't afford it. Before, you know, I couldn't afford it. I'd go look at the private jets and see whatever. I'd look at the big houses. I found our first photo I got to show you. You have no idea. I met you at 10X was the first time I actually met you.
I hate this part.
You
just
would, I had
FYI.
bright blue hair. It's craziness, right? So that was me.
Listen to what Ed says.
You were heavier then.
Yeah.
Are you? I do
Ed.
remember you. You were heavier then.
Ed, that's gross, my guy. I mean, there's comments that I could say right now about your appearance, Ed, that I've been privately messaging DC about. That is not appropriate. Let's not make comments about other people's bodies. Let's not do that. Okay.
What makes me angrier is that he says these things and she's still looking to men.
He's like, yes, yeah, you're right. I was. Ugh.
And it's like, you know what? Whatever body you're in, I hope it beats cancer. That's my perspective on Jessie.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes.
And I hope that maybe whatever time she has left, and I hope she has a ton of time left. I will say it as many times as a live chat. It's going to get irritated for me saying this. I hope she beats cancer, and I hope she stops looking to men for approval and have them change what she wants to do. She was going to rest. She was going to pivot what she was doing busyness wise. And then her coach, the overpriced Ed Mylett, looked her in the eyes, said disapproval, and then she changed back to like going for whatever, go for freaking no.
I wish we could have seen her face when he said this to her.
Me too.
Like, I just want to see how she received it. That's not me, like, you know, wanting to see her uncomfortable, but it's like, I just want to see, how did she receive that? Did she think that that's okay for him to say these things, to make these comments about her body at that time? I mean, you know, I have so many questions about that because I could never.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And I
You were
right
heavier
blue
then.
hair.
I remember that.
We need a soundbite.
Oh,
We need a soundbite.
Ed looks like he could call a waitress baby doll.
Thank you for your patronage.
Perfect. Soundbite.
I
God.
could not agree with you more, Sabrina. And it's giving me the ick.
Yep.
By the way, I've met millions of people, so I often don't remember. I remember that.
Can you rewind that a little
VIP
bit?
section when I really
I can.
Because it did cut to her, and I missed it because I looked down.
You're good.
Sorry, guys.
You're good. There we go.
that was me.
Thank you.
I do remember that you were heavier then.
Yeah, and I
You
had
were
bright
heavier
blue
then.
hair.
I
He
remember
said it twice. I missed that. I missed him saying it twice. Ed?
that.
Look, her eyes are like, I know you don't know body language, but her eyebrows are like up for approval, and she's turtling a little bit, and I
Why
feel
are you
bad.
speaking body language? I'm reading a book about it right now.
I feel bad for her. Oh,
Yeah. It's uncomfortable. It's not
I'm good.
appropriate.
it is
Period.
expletive, inappropriate, period, comma, forever.
Oh, I don't have that sound on here.
Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta put that sound on there.
Okay.
And this is her mentor. This is the guy that she's paying for between $300,000 and $400,000 a year.
I just think it's bad.
Yep.
By the way, I've met millions of people, so I often don't remember. I remember that.
I paid to be in that VIP section when I really maybe shouldn't have.
Comma,
And I'm
forever.
I got it. Hell yes. Oh my God. We need to play it again in the live chat. Here we go.
Play it again.
Yeah.
Period, comma, forever.
Oh my God. I love it. I love this so much.
So,
I remember
and
that.
I couldn't, and there were these two huge men, like 7 feet tall, that you got the photo with them, and then Grant like rushed you off. And so we have like a side photo, but it's our first photo we ever took. And it's it's like
You were
I
standing there when I was taking the
yes,
picture. Sorry, go
yep,
ahead. I remember it.
exactly.
Yeah, I
But
remember.
I would always just insert myself where other people wouldn't, because people would tell me no. People would say it's impossible. People would say you can't have this, you can't do that. Women don't do this. Oh, this is kind of a men's world. I learned investments and negotiation and all this stuff because people told me I wasn't supposed to. They said, "Oh, you're just supposed to be this network marketer." I said, "Network marketers fail at everything because they're trying to learn how to recruit a bunch of people and then forget about them."
No, it's a broken compensation model. I think you forgot that part in your study of how to be in business. I don't know what to tell you. Top pyramid performer that you are. Okay.
I'm going to treat this like a business. And if I learn business skills, unlike most people that do things like this, no one's going to be able to touch me. So it's always been, where's the competitive edge? Learn, and then I'll watch somebody maybe in the business space. That's why I went to 10X. There were no networkers there, right?
10X Grant Cardone. Look it up for yourself. Maybe look up Grant Cardone, Department of Justice, and see what Google brings up for you. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, she used to, I don't want to say idolize, but I don't know what other word to use in this scenario, but she used to give his podcasts as homework to the team. She used to send his books. I've actually met Grant Cardone. I don't know if you guys know that. He was at he was doing like a meetup or something here in Vegas, and I went and met him, and I have a video of it somewhere where he's basically telling, you should be here, Boss Lee, or something like that. I need to find it. He's the one that suggested to rent and not buy. Amongst many other things that she's adopted, in my opinion.
Wow. We've got a soundbite.
You mean that you learned scamming? Thank you, Marie.
Thank you for your patronage.
I appreciate you so much.
Said, I need to learn more about businesses so I can see what they're doing in their traditional business, so I can figure out how to implement that in this kind of business before I had other businesses, right? Because if I do that, then I'm not the first one to do it. I'm the first one to do it the best.
The best, yeah. By the way, I'm watching you. This is you. So it's interesting.
Like the transition.
By the way, you could just feel the energy a little bit. By the way, the topic's different, but the energy's different. And Boss Lee does need to show up to fight this fight as well, right? So there's got to be both. I want to tell you one thing. I want to say something about you. I'm going to brag about you, but I want everybody to see themselves in this.
Oh my God, Marie. Thank you so much. I don't even know which one to play. I should have done the Empire.
I was gonna say do like a Star Wars one.
I'll do Walker Texas Ranger for Jessie Lee since she's in Texas.
Perfect.
'Cause the eyes of the Ranger are upon you.
Oh my God, I did that for Brittany Dawn, but it also applies to Jessie Lee since they both live in Texas. Yes. Thank you so much.
Went to work at the group home. I went to work at an orphanage. That was my career. Yep. And when I went there, I've often said that I connected with these boys because anybody who's gone through any abuse or dysfunction in their childhood, we have different eyes.
This part too.
We do. Our eyes are just a little bit different. When you look into the eyes of a child who's suffered, they just want to be loved, and you can feel it. And I have those eyes in my form of it. You have it in yours, no matter what you've gone through. What I didn't know when I worked there is that they also have different hearts. They have different hearts.
Here's the twisty part of this. Someone who's never gone through trauma, which that is incredible. And if you're a trauma survivor, that's incredible as well. They are saying that the best, that you can only be really the best in. This is what I'm taking from it, because I am like, the underlying message is what I'm picking up on. I think that's why I'm susceptible to this shit. It's like, and they're saying that you can only be the best type of person with the best mindset if you've gone through trauma. And
bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye.
100%.
Sorry, I had to do that.
It is. It's so freaking twisty. And it's awful that, like, he has so much influence. Jessie Lee has so much influence, and they're spewing this type of stuff, and like, and again, I'm not a therapist. I don't know all the fancy stuff, and I'm not going to diagnose or anything. Saying that you had to go through something like that to be the person you are today, it breaks something in you, in my opinion, that, oh my God, I wouldn't be the person I am today if I had that bad thing wouldn't have happened to me. And it, like, go to therapy. Go to therapy. Like, and the narrative that's what I'm picking up on, and I just don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Parts. Because one of the ways we get our love is by achieving, but we do become scrappier. We are tougher. We are more relentless. We do take more no's. We will get after you to win because we want to change how we feel so badly. We want to change how we feel so badly. And even I see your face change as I say that.
He's tearing up too. And I thought, like, in therapy, the process is internal in terms of healing some stuff or working through things and unlearning some things and changing your neural pathways about some things. And it's giving you tools to learn how to, I don't know.
I don't think he's qualified to give tools for people to work through some of this.
Yeah.
And the narrative of, oh, you've been through trauma, you know, you are going to, achievement is going to be more important to you because you just want to be loved. I think, again, we have somebody that, in my opinion, is unqualified. He's not a therapist. And that could be a dangerous narrative for so many people. It's that blanket, one size fits all, black and white thinking that could be dangerous, I guess, is the best way I want to say that. What he's saying here, I don't like it. I think it could be very, very dangerous, you know, and nobody deserves trauma. Nobody deserves bad things to happen. Sometimes bad things just happen. It's not, it wasn't given to you to get through. Sometimes bad things just happen. And anybody that this part in particular is impacting, please just know I'm sending you all lots and lots of love and virtual hugs, because the fact that he's using this the way that he is and trying to say, oh, well, we're different, I don't like it. Also, I feel like we need a break for a second. We have a new member.
Hell yes.
So we need just a minute. Welcome, Maria.
The soundbite break we all needed. Serious.
I really feel like we all needed that. Thank you so much, and welcome, Maria.
So what I might do is I'm going to speed this up just a smidge so we can end pretty close to when Julie Jo starts. So I'm just going to, is that okay with everyone to go to 1.25? Because
how much is left on the video?
We have 5 minutes left. Is that
okay? I'm going to use the facilities. I'll be right back. Okay. Just keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And so if you've gone through any dysfunction in your life, when we meet each other, we kind of connect in a way. Like, I don't connect as well with people who've had easy lives. I wish I did. But I often find myself gravitated towards people who have had tragedy or difficulty or abuse or neglect in their life. And I used to think it's because we had the same eyes. It's not why. It's because we have the same hearts. Our hearts are the same. I'm getting goosebumps. I've never said this out loud until you were just speaking. And I'm like, that's what I see in her. That's what I see in all of my great friends. It's not their eyes. It's their freaking hearts that are different because of what we've had to go through. And that's why I love you. And if you're listening to this, everybody, if you've had that, that's what you share in common with us. You have to unleash it, but it's a gift. It's a gift because your heart is just different. It's the heart, literally, as corny as it sounds, it's the freaking heart of a champion. It's somebody who wants to be somebody so bad and change how they feel so much that they're willing to do anything. And I just realized as you were talking, I've spent most of my life trying to change how I feel. Do you relate to that?
I'm like nodding, like my head's going to fall off over here. It's yes. The first time we really had a heart talk conversation, I said, I just want to feel proud. This is what I told you. Like, I've had all this success, and it's like, when is it going to be enough? When am I going to sit there and go, in it? Because I just want to feel.
Yeah.
You know, you're always chasing. Yeah.
And what you've learned, I think, through this, my sweet friend, my brilliant friend, my powerful friend, is what you're learning through this is maybe I can keep this drive and this heart and actually still simultaneously give myself the gift of feeling these things. I don't have to wait, because when time is potentially cut short, which it's not going to be in your case, but it's threatened to be cut short,
Absolutely.
you go, yeah, enough of that crap. I'm going to feel these things now, and I'm still going to be this boss where I kick ass. And
I
win.
mean, I considered canceling. I considered stopping all my businesses pretty much.
Mhm.
I considered stopping my coaching. I considered all of these things. And then I had this, and I went, no, I get so much energy when I do that because I'm watching their faces. I feel their hearts. I see that I'm changing them in that moment. I get off I can't do those calls too late in the day, because if I do it too late in the day, I'm like, woo, let's go. And it's so healing and it's so cathartic. And I do feel proud in those moments when I know that I'm shifting people's lives. And so that becomes really important to me. And I really think if more people would operate from that it's truly heart-centered. You don't have to be this crazy shark at the top. You can be a good person. I mean, I definitely.
I think one of the things that's interesting is that they're looking for external things to help them feel, because the trauma of what they went through as a kid was so impactful and so like painful. And this is just me. I don't know. And I think the difference is when you get to work with a good therapist, you get to learn how to sit with your emotions, and you don't have to search for that feeling that you're looking for, that you have gone through, to match the intensity, if that makes sense. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it correctly, but they seem to continue to search for these external things that fill that, like, that desensitized thing that they did to protect themselves. And then they have to go to this, next level, and they're never getting that fulfilled thing because they're not in therapy. I don't know. Oh my God.
I think that makes sense what you're saying,
ways, but
sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're fine. I think that makes sense. I think what you're saying is, when people are feeling that familiar feeling of the trauma, that they look outward to run away, in a sense, or could possibly run away from feeling that way. And so they develop maybe some kind, and again, I'm not an expert. I'm just trying to understand like what you're saying in this aspect. And please correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Looking for some sort of an external source to make somebody feel better versus feeling the way that they did in the trauma. And therapy is what will help you sit in that discomfort and understand the pattern.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Not like a baby shark. I mean, I would. Yeah, it's just you just recognize it in people, and you can really feel that. That's a real thing.
I feel it in you. I think this hour, by the way, has been the biggest difference you've ever made in your life, and you've made the difference in millions of people's lives.
Is that the part where she's saying that this was the best interview that he ever did, when she misunderstood what he said? This is the most impactful hour that, you know what I mean? Remember when she did that live and he said this was the best interview he's ever done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, she pays him for his guidance. It's so manipulative how he keeps calling her his friend. She's his client. Well, I mean, this is what we see in MLMs too. Your family, as long as you keep the auto ship going, you show up to the events, you show up to the training, but the second that you stop doing any of that, you're no longer a friend,
Yep.
You're no longer family.
Yep. SMT wants a Texas Ranger Careless Whisper mashup. So I'll play it first, and then you want to do Careless Whisper?
Yeah.
Okay.
The unsuspected stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you.
It's so good. You're a soundbite genius, SMT. It's a perfect lightener of the mood. That is getting us. Oh my God. Okay.
We needed that.
Yes, we did. We did. All right, let's go.
Rarely cry. You made me cry. And I feel like usually when I do the show, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so good for everybody else. And then there's been moments saying, I'm like, oh, this is really good for me. And you're really good for me. And I love you very much.
You're really good for my bank account. I'm sorry I said that. It's frustrating that there is such a cross of boundaries where you have a working financial relationship, and then you are crossing the boundary into the friend zone, and she's giving you so much money, and it's twisty. That's that's the best word I can think of it. It's just so freaking twisty.
Indeed.
Yes, Aaron energy is through this. Seriously, we're so close. We're so close to the finish line.
I'm super proud of you. And thank you for having the courage, because this is a tough lady who's one to say, all right, I'm going to peel it back. I'm going to tell the world what's going on with me. That in of itself took amazing courage. And the fact that you're kind of documenting this journey, you're going to be the inspiration for millions of people in different areas of their lives. And you were born for this. Everything that's happened to you in your life has prepared you for
Stop it.
Oh my
and if you're listening,
the tough thing is, I know you never deserve trauma. Nobody ever deserves trauma. No child ever deserves anything bad to happen to them. No human does. And when he says stuff like this, your trauma has prepared you. And that's essentially what he's saying. Everything in your life that has happened to you has prepared you for this point. It makes it seem like the trauma was supposed to happen. And that makes me so angry for people, for survivors of trauma and people who didn't survive their trauma.
Think to this. Everything that's happened in your life has prepared you for right now. If you'll unlock it, unleash that heart that we talked about today. Okay. Thank you. Go to bosslee.com.
Oh God, we're done.
Go to I'm Bosslee on YouTube. What's the Instagram?
I'm Bosslee.
I'm Bosslee. Follow her journey. Her podcast, The People's Mentor, as well. While you're doing that, you're just crazy not to get the power of one more. You're absolutely crazy not to have your email submitted at edmylett.com so that you can get early access to shows like this today.
And can I just say, I mean, I know I don't need to pitch you because everybody who's listening to this follows you, but you have changed my life in more ways than you realize. I wish more people got to know you how I've gotten to know you.
Thank you.
You are such a pure soul. And I try to pour as much love into you as I do, because there is so much greatness in you. And I know you're great, but you're better than anybody that just listens to the show or watches you online or walks past you behind stage could ever imagine. And our relationship that has evolved over this last half year, especially, I truly treasure you as a friend, as a person, as a coach, as a mentor, and you're doing more work in this world than you realize. I want to give you your flowers too while you're still here, because
means the world coming from you.
Amazing.
Thank you. That means the world coming from you. Guys, every show I say share this. I don't think I probably have to ask you.
I think we're done. There's 30 seconds left. Okay, here's the deal. Don't tell. Okay, I have set up my redirect to
Same.
Okay. All right. So if you're going from mine, stay in the chat. We're gonna push you over to Julie Joe's. We like to do Raiders of the Lost Snark. You can do Kazoo for me, whatever you want to,
or something pink, because pink is her favorite color.
Pink is her favorite color. Drop pink hearts in the chat for Julie Joe.
So fun.
Okay, y'all. Thank you for going on this journey with us, and thank you for making exceptions for my pause story of I know it just happens. I don't know what happens, but I'm so glad that Aaron joined us for the first part of this and that we got to do this on both channels for the second half. If you haven't watched the first part, it's in the description below. You're not going to want to miss Aaron's facial expressions. I promise you that. Stay in the chat. Go support Julie Joe. Let's flood her. Let's flood her chat and help her feel warm and fuzzy in a non-culty way, and go like her stream to get those sub counts. I mean, sub counts and likes above, in the good range. So I'm going to play the outro, and I don't know. Do you have anything to say, Aaron?
Don't join an MLM.
Yes.
That's all I have.
I'm gonna play the kazoo song while we do an outro. Okay, let's go.
I love it.
Okay. Oh, where is it? Oh no. Oh, here we go.